Okay, here I am to take a look at another messenger bag. This one is made by ecbc. I wish I knew what that stood for. I couldn't figure it out on the website. I probably need to contact customer service to find out. ecbc, and they're a company out of California. And I was pretty excited about looking at this bag because it seems to have a lot of the things that I wanted in a bag, plus a lot more. So let's take a look at it. From the outside, we're going to look at the front of the bag here. It has a waterproof zipper, nice stout zipper here. And inside, it's a pretty generic pocket, huge actually. You could easily fit a tablet in here if you really wanted to have quick access to it. It's not subdivided in any way, and it doesn't have any fleece in there. It does have a small pocket here that has a tiny bit of fleece here, so you could fit a very small phone. And in fact, let me go grab my phone and see if it actually fits in there. So I have here an iPhone 5S, and it certainly does fit in there. There's no way you're going to get anything bigger than a 5S into this slot. I actually would be able to potentially use this to put in a pair of sunglasses, although you'll see because of its location, it's a little awkward to get in there, and it doesn't really protect the sunglasses completely. They're going to stick out a little bit above where I'd want them to. So too bad. It would be nice if there was another sort of centrally placed fleece pocket that might be a little bit deeper, and then I could put my sunglasses in there if I wanted to. Okay, we're going to skip this zipper for a moment. I'll come back to that in just a moment. Plastic Fastex buckles hold down the flap, and unfortunately it does have the Velcro here. Now, of course, as I've said in other videos, you can put a piece of Velcro on this to silence that. But you know, I wish they just got rid of Velcro altogether. It doesn't take that much more time to just simply click your Fastex buckles to hold this little thing secure. Alright, so here we have, the nice thing about this is the organizer is right there on the face of the bag without having to unzip something or beyond just taking off the flap. So that's pretty convenient. And you'll see here we have two large pockets in the back, and these go all the way down to this stitch line right here. We have a central pocket that's a wide pocket, but pretty shallow. Again, it goes to this stitch line right here. Two smaller pockets on either side, and again, everything goes down to where that stitch line is. A zippered mesh pocket, three areas for you to put in pencils, pens, or a stylus. So it's a nice set of organization here. Not a dedicated pocket for a phone because it doesn't have any sort of Velcro flap and it's not fleece lined, but I could easily imagine sliding my phone in here if I decide not to use the little phone pouch on the front flap there. And then behind this, we have a large area here. It's just a zippered pocket. Again, it's a generic pocket here, and you could certainly fit an iPad mini. In fact, you could probably fit a full-size iPad if you wanted to in there. I would imagine putting cables such in there. And then on the inside of the main compartment here, there's quite a bit going on here. Let me flip it around so you can see the top here. We have a Velcroed area, and this is going to be for file folders. And just in front of that, you can see we have a lot of divided areas in here. We have a mesh pocket in the front. Just behind that, we have an open-topped pouch there. Again, another same situation here, mesh pocket, and then open top here. Flip it around in this direction, and you can see I have another file folder pocket held on with the Velcro tab. Easy to put anything in there. And then there's a pretty cavernous area in here for the main compartment, and I think you can easily see that this is one of the widest in terms of this direction of the bags that I've worked with and reviewed. So it has no problem whatsoever fitting in my little camera pouch here as well as my headphones, and there's a lot of room to spare. In fact, the only thing I might worry about is that it does sort of shift around quite a bit in there because of the huge amount of room there. The bottom of the bag is nice and flat, and the sides are perpendicular, so it really is going to be able to hold this. The bag will hold things pretty stably there. On the side here, you can see I have a little pouch. It would be able to fit an iPhone. I suppose you could put sunglasses. It would be a really tight fit. Not really viable to put sunglasses in here. But you could easily slip a phone into here, and it's a covered bag, or it's a covered area, so it'll not bounce out on you. A little bit tight. I don't know if I would be sort of the first thing to use there. Too small for a water bottle, unfortunately. And then we have an open-topped mesh pocket on this side. And though it looks like it would be great for a water bottle, it really would be a tiny water bottle. It wouldn't even fit one of those 125 milliliter bottles in here unless you really forced it in there. So maybe I'd put a set of car keys or something in this side pouch here. It really could have stood to be a little bit bigger there than it is. So let me go ahead and close this back up so you can see what this zipper is for. And this is kind of a neat thing. It's a waterproof zipper, once again. And what this does is it gives you access to that whole interior compartment without having to take the flap off. And so, I mean, this is really handy, especially for me. If I have my camera bag in there, I can reach into this zipper, take a photo, put my camera back in, and zip the whole bag in up here, and it's going to be a pretty stealthy thing. You don't have to hear the tearing of the Velcro. You don't have to worry about holding a flap out of the way as you dig into your bag, because you can just go directly right in through this nifty zipper. I wish more of these messenger bags had this design. I think it's a brilliant idea. And then you have a nice handle here. It's got a good three-dimensionality, so you're not going to feel like it's digging into your hand if you're carrying this for more than 5 minutes. So, and it's centrally located, right in the middle of the bag. That's important because sometimes when these things, oftentimes, the handles are located sort of more towards the back of the bag. And when you lift up the bag, it causes the bottom to sort of tilt in this direction. And then the bottom edge of the bag hits against your knees. That's not going to be the case for the Trident here, right? It's going to be held nice straight up and down. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on here in the back. This is a nice padded area here. It does have a pass-through that allows you, more Velcro, to slide this over the luggage handle of your rolling luggage. So nice and convenient. And then you can see here we have an external area into which you can place your laptop. Now here's the thing. This is actually supposed to be big enough to be able to accommodate a 15-inch laptop. And unfortunately, while it does fit, it's really tight. There's a little modular piece in here that you need to remove in case you have a smaller laptop. Okay, so you take this thing out. This is actually a nice design here. But then when I take my 15-inch MacBook, you're going to see that you really have to squeeze it down in there. Now take a look at this. You're going to see, I hope, from your angle, that the edge of my laptop here extends slightly beyond the zippered area. And it's just hidden here, but there's enough sort of getting in the way there, so that when you actually fold this flat into this, it's exceedingly difficult to zip this whole thing up. I wish they had maybe made it about an inch bigger, because actually, I would imagine it's sort of going to damage the corners of my laptop. So it's super tight in there. And I don't think that's such a great design. If they'd just given it a little more breathing room, and they certainly could have, it feels like they could have dropped down another ½ inch on this bag, and then it could have been another ½ inch to either direction, side to side. So it really is a good design for maybe a 13-inch laptop or a small 15-inch, but it doesn't really fit the MacBook Pro all that well. And keep in mind, this is a really thin version of the MacBook Pro. If you got sort of a MacBook Pro that's more than 2 years old, then it really is going to be a struggle to try to get that thing into this bag. So that was a huge disappointment, and unfortunately, because it doesn't fit my computer, there's no way that this is going to be the bag that I choose. And I feel really bad about that, because this company is great in terms of their customer service. I actually got a handwritten note from somebody at ecbc thanking me, and truly handwritten. It wasn't one of those fake handwritten things, thanking me for purchasing this bag. And that says a lot about sort of how much they care about their customers. So, great bag, a great bag, in fact, if you have a 13-inch laptop, but it really doesn't work super well if you have a 15-inch laptop. All right, I think that's oh, and let me just talk a little bit about the shoulder strap. It's got a huge, this is a really nice shoulder pad here with a little area here that's sticky. So it's the sort of the vinyl in there that's going to keep it on your shoulder. And you can see here it's got one of these stabilizing straps if you need it. A big cam here on the side in order to adjust the length. It's not removable, but heck, it doesn't need to be removable. I don't know why you would ever want to remove a shoulder strap. It doesn't make too much sense to do that. So there you have it. This is a really nicely put together bag. Clearly it's well made, well thought out, and a great option if you have a smaller laptop. Okay, I hope this was helpful, and be sure to look at my other reviews on other bags before you buy. Take care.